Good morning to all traders and welcome to this Thursday's Market Insights video provided you by Orbex. It is the 26th of November today. The Brexit deadline is looming. Talks indeed continue virtually between the EU and the UK. There is indeed genuine progress in talks, but still stumbling blocks that could make the difference between a deal and a no deal. In the UK, also, we had Rishi showing to the markets his GDP forecasts. They're not looking as bright. And it didn't even take into consideration Brexit. Now, the Office for Budget Responsibility came out and warned that if we have a Brexit with no deal, then it will take actually the UK GDP to return back to normal until into deep 2023. And unemployment rate, of course, is going to range between 8 and 9%. At the same time, do not forget that we are having Thanksgiving today in the US, which to me seems to suggest that the rally that we've seen over the past few days, although there were drivers like the smoother transition to the White House, the vaccination news, AstraZeneca, and other, despite that, I still think that there was a very good opportunity for investors to exacerbate a little bit this upside move and take profits before Thanksgiving so that they can have a good Thanksgiving. The Fed also, the FOMC minutes delivered yesterday indicated that the Fed is going to deploy more tools to support the economy if needed, but not in the short term. To me, this is also going to be dependent massively on whether there is going to be a fiscal package coming from the US with the new president-elect, of course. What is its size and when is it going to come exactly? But until 20th of January, I do not really think that the Fed is going to make any moves. Okay. Now, back to the charts. We're talking about GBPCHF. We know that market has been risk on, which also, of course, with oil moving higher, we have an increase in the Canadian dollar. Then on the other side, the other commodity currencies, Aussie and Kiwi, again, we need to check which one is stronger than the other. So we're going also to have a look at Aussie against Kiwi, okay? And the Canadian against the yen is the other choice, as safe havens might remain a little bit weak for the short term, but at least for the CAD, for the GBPCHF, I'm seeing that around 124 being the high over here, and then most likely we're going to turn lower to continue this impulse, bearish impulse to the downside. Now that said, I'm looking at this in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sequence. This is going to be intermediate 1, and of course down the line. Intermediate 5 is going to complete primary wave 1. Okay, so the downside here is very, very, very big. This is one of the scenarios, of course. So I've got a W, X, and Y that I'm looking in wave 4, right? ABC with an expanded flat in B, ABC in X, a normal flat, and A, B, and a C that we haven't seen yet completing, right? So I'm looking at the Fibonacci extension of over here, okay, and it looks like that 124 is a very good cluster. It is also the 78.6 Fibonacci extension of W and X as well, and at the same time, just a tad higher though, 124.60, we've got the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement of wave 3, okay, so this to me is going to be a very, very big level. Okay, so from here, after this upside takes place, I believe, we're going probably to see markets turning lower and heading for at least the 111.22. Okay, now let's go on Canadian against the yen, since we're talking about risk on, risk off pairs, and then we're going to look at Aussie against Kiwi. We looked at this opportunity a couple of weeks ago. This is 1, 2, 3. I was expecting 4 to complete a triangle. Yes. And then we're going to see wave 5. Well, this opportunity over here seems to be unrolling exactly as we expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here for an A. This is a B, and most likely going to see a C wave. And from anywhere between 77.80 and 78, well, 80, I would say, or so, we're most likely going to see prices start moving higher with expected signals on the RSI on the MACD. Probably we're going to see something like that, okay, coming down here, and then some sort of hidden divergence or normal divergence for more upside. Many of you would think that this is not an impulse move to the upside, but guys, do not forget that when we have a triangle, the triangle wave A or any of the waves actually can really interact with wave N1. Okay, do not forget that, keep that in mind. Now, in case, of course, we break lower, it would be a case where this is perhaps a W, X, and Y. So we'd be looking for a double zigzag, and in this case, of course, we're not going to have a triangle, but in either case, a deeper decline, it would suggest that this is not a triangle, so it would also suggest that this is not an impulse to the upside, okay? So be cautious. Either way, from a lower low, I would be expecting prices to move higher. What I would put as my support over here is the 76 or so. In case we break below this level, then most likely the move to the upside will be invalidated. And last, Aussie against Kiwi. Here we've had, we are looking at this as an impulse, as an ending diagonal to the downside, right? You remember? Another ABC over here, expanded flat, then ended up here for the timing at least. This is the scenario I'm supporting, WX, YX. I'm expecting another move to the downside. Since we took the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement over here of wave 4, I expect this to go around 1038. Okay, this is the sixth one. Then we're probably going to have another move to the upside, take out the 106 or so to correct in wave X, and then we're going to see another move to the downside, potentially an ending diagonal in wave 5, and then that will be a huge reversal to the upside. Obviously, there is a lot of space to move down, as I think Q is going to be much stronger in the coming months. Now, that said, we could also have another scenario here coming into play, because the 1.1080 was not taken out. This is the 61.8 Fibonacci extension of wave B. Could be a case where this is A, okay, and we didn't finish wave C, right? So it could be a case where this is A, this is going to be B, and this is going to be C. We want to take the 11080. Well, could be a case though where we want. So I will be, in this case, I will be looking for the breakout of 106 to start thinking that this second scenario might be the case, where this is an A, B, and a C, right? Other than that, this will be all for the day. Thanksgiving today, the US markets closed there. So likely that the markets are going to be thin, but European trading might provide some opportunities in with the euro and also the pound. Okay, so thank you for watching, and we'll speak again tomorrow.